Xin chào, what's up everybody? Alright, we're still in Chuk Mung Nam Oi, which is Happy Lunar New Year for 2023. We are walking around on a Tuesday night. I kind of wanted to briefly go over why I personally... Xin chào. Why I personally love Saigon during TET. You know, I've lived here for 3.5 years, and TET to me is when the city goes to sleep for a week. You know, it's pretty great. Outside of like District 1, TET is going to be really quiet in most other districts. You're not going to see a lot of traffic. You're going to see in this area, you're going to see traffic because everybody's coming to the flower festival over here. But outside of this area, you'll see, we're going to do the motorbike tour tomorrow. I forgot to do it today, but we'll do it tomorrow. It's kind of like the last really calm day before things get started kicking back off on Thursday and Friday. That's kind of like what I love about TET. Is it's quiet, you know. You can actually get on a motorbike. You can go drive around comfortably. You don't have to worry about traffic. You don't have to worry about people whizzing in front of you. You can go for a walk during the day. There's nobody out. Not that there's really usually a lot of people out during the day, but the city gets just quieter, you know? And it's got kind of a majestic charm to it. You know, it's always so busy for 356 days a year. So it's nice to see 300, did I say 56? 46. 56, yeah, 56, 365. Yeah, duh, come on, stupid. But it's much more quiet, you know. Look how quiet just this street is right now. I mean, this is quiet. Not much honking, not much noise. So it does make for kind of like a different experience in that way. And, you know, I enjoy seeing Saigon being quiet for a little bit. It's quite a nice change of difference, you know? And it's a time where everybody's chilling, relaxing. You know, it's got a good festive mood to it. You know, all the families are out partying, having fun. You hang out with friends, you hang out with family, you do your thing. And yeah, it's good for these reasons, you know? If you're a guy and you're dating a Vietnamese chick and you're gonna get married, just know that your first TET's gonna be a wild ride. So that's where we're gonna transition to now. Like, as a foreigner, what's your first TET gonna be like? To a Saigonese specifically, because that's what I can talk about. Well, it's gonna surprise you, because for one, this year, we already know I pissed my wife off, so I haven't been around her that much, so it's kind of been a solo TET for me. She's been going out all during the day. But on your first TET, you're gonna definitely go to the family house for probably 4 or 5 days. I know it's gonna be an adjustment. Like, I never had a really tight family. You know, I don't know, we did Christmas Eve. I guess that was really it, and Thanksgiving. But it was never, you know, a crazy bonding, hanging out all the time type deal. So if you're gonna marry a Vietnamese woman, and on your first TET, you're gonna be hanging out with family a lot. So like, if you're a family person and you're used to that, it's gonna be great for you. But if you're not, it's gonna be a change, you know. It's gonna be a lot of compromise on your end. And then my biggest tip is not to complain at all. Just go along with it, you know. Just do whatever. The whiskey rare collectible? No, it looks closed. There's a club somewhere. I can hear it banging around. So like, it's gonna be an adjustment period where you're gonna have to just roll with the flow. Your first year is gonna be your busiest year. You know, you're gonna be going there the day before to help clean the house. You're gonna be going there the eve of for the big party night. You're gonna be going there the next day for the handing of the money. You're probably, the dreaded speaker, you're probably gonna be going for, the day after as well for coffee time for during the day. And then you might even get on another day taken to a friend's house where you play cards and just sit on the ground. I can't do that. For me, it's I don't know Vietnamese, and I don't like to play cards in the first place. So like for me, it's not the funnest doing that thing. But hanging out with the family's fine. So like I'll go and do whatever she wants to do with the family thing. Cool with that. I don't feel that I necessarily need to go to her friend's house and sit there and listen to them talk Vietnamese for 4 hours to 5 hours and not have a clue of what's going on. What happens is you'll find out like your spouse won't translate much for you. She won't translate much of what you say. If she doesn't agree with what you say or like doesn't think it's proper, she just simply won't translate it. And she'll maybe translate a little bit in the beginning of your relationship when you're first doing that. And then after a while, it just drops off. Like, I don't even ask her what they're saying anymore. Like, if I'm with her family and stuff, I'm just like, okay. Because, I don't know, maybe multitasking and doing all that stuff's difficult for them. But at the end of the day, it's not really that important. I get along with the family great. Like, we just drank beer, drank hooch, yo, eat food. And that's really it. They'll get into, so I like it better at the family, because they'll get into like a long conversation about something, and then I'll get the translation. I'll get put in of what the topic is, and then I can add to the conversation and give my input on what I think's happening with whatever we're talking about. I forgot what we talked about. Oh, the one guy got a divorce. His chick left him. So we talked about that at this year's TET. But it was interesting to see your first one. And like I said, if you're not a family guy, you better get into being a family guy and make your adjustments and pivot, because this is super important to a Vietnamese woman, and it'll definitely cause problems. It's for sure caused some problems in our relationship at a few points of when we've been dating. Don't get me started on a funeral. Oh my God. A funeral is the most haphazardly thrown together thing. If someone dies, it's not supposed to. Prepare for like 5 days of your life, just not planned or anything, and like just a whirlwind of them doing kind of like whatever they want type deal. Like, hard to explain, but it's the funeral took me more by storm than what actual TET does. The funeral was like, her grandma died, and they're like, okay, first we're having the funeral here in Saigon. 20 minutes later, oh, no, we're driving right now. We're having the ambulance take her body to Dalat, because that's where she was from, some like rural area in Dalat, not even like inside Dalat. Like, Dalat's pretty big. So then it went from, doing it in the city to then traveling 4 or 5 hours in the back of an ambulance sitting next to her deceased grandma. So I mean, it's just kind of how that kind of stuff goes, and you've got to just try not to get upset and go with it. We definitely got in a fight over the funeral thing, because I just didn't understand what was happening and nothing was being explained to me. Whoa. And Winnie was not explaining anything to me, so like I wasn't understanding like what was happening, and nobody was telling me what was happening. I was getting no translation. Like, I was told I couldn't even have clothes. Like, I couldn't go home to get clothes. So I mean, there's definitely the biggest thing to making a successful, learn from my mistakes. The biggest thing to making success with your new wife or new family is to value their family time and go along with what she wants to do. It's gonna be in the long run a better bet for you. We definitely know I screwed up this year, so I'll probably be in the doghouse for a while. There's not much I can do when that happens. I'm not I'll do confrontation. I'm just not an angry person. I don't like to fight, and I think I think they want to fight, kind of have like a yelling battle. I'm not that guy. I grew up in an environment of getting yelled at all the time, so like I'm total opposite. I'm not a person. I'm very easy to get over something. Like, if there's a problem, I can talk about it and be over it in 5 minutes. Like, I'd rather just work things out in a sensible way. have a conversation about it, but be prepared that that's not exactly how it's going to go here. And I'm not blanketing this to all Vietnamese women or all Vietnamese family. I'm sure each one's are different. There are going to be some Catholic people, I do believe, so that's going to change things differently. And I think there's some Christians here too. I don't know how exactly they do TET, but I'm pretty sure it's not the same way a lot of other people use TET. And then there's going to be families that don't drink. You know, I know a buddy that dated a girl where their family didn't drink at all. So it just all depends from family to family. I'm just sharing with you, my guys, my experiences. So your best bet is to go with the flow, not complain, and I hope you like your family. Like, I got lucky. Her entire family is really cool. So we just happen to get along really well when I go over there. Next year, I know not to get too drunk on the TET Eve, so I can wake up to do the all-important money exchange. Definitely don't want to have a upset Vietnamese wife, my guys and gals. If you do marry a Vietnamese guy, I'm sure it's the same way, going back and forth. So just know it's an adjustment, and it might be totally different than what you had with your Western style family. And I figured I would just do a quick video on that. I think it'll be helpful for a few people that are, you know, maybe watching the channel, gonna be married, etc., etc. As far as going to a different town for a TET, if like you're living in Saigon, she lives somewhere else, I don't have anything on that experience. I've heard about it from friends though, so sounds to be the same thing. All right guys, thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Stay frosty, peace out.